Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. I got my man Javier Stocks in the building. Clap it up for Javier. All right. Good to see you, fam.
What's up, bro? Good to see you too, man.
I'm chilling, man. Everything's cool. Thanks for joining me, man. And shout out to everyone watching right now, no matter where you are in the world. We appreciate you for tuning in. Hey, peace to Gali or Gailey. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but peace to you.
Canada.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to Frankie, who's tuning in from Ottawa, Canada. You know what I mean? Appreciate the love. Yeah, man, we got the two Franks in the building. We got Frankie, that guy Frankie, and Frankie Goida. You know what I mean? So peace to both of y'all. Soul Tigers up in here nice and early. Peace. Good to see you, family.
Peace.
All right. And they are clapping it up for you as well. We appreciate the love, man.
Honored.
To those of you, if it's your first time watching, be sure to hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on those notifications. If you're not familiar with Javier Stocks, but you want to hear more about what he does, from riding one wheel to music to the work he does with young people, this is a really good dude. You know, if I got him here chilling with me, he's good people. So you already know what that is. But please be sure to follow this brother. You should see a link for him at the top. And if you missed that first link that is pinned to the top and somehow that blue box is not getting your attention and you're watching somewhere else other than YouTube, you can go ahead and check out that link that I just dropped in the description, which has all the links, son. So yeah, man, how's it going?
Things are good, man. Things are good. I'm a busy man these days, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Yeah, man. I'm grateful to have you here, brother. And congrats on the new place. Hav is officially my neighbor. You know what I mean?
Nice.
He got a 5-minute commute to the crib.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
close. Man. So what up, neighbor? You know,
Won't you be? Sorry, let me stop.
Hey, peace, Early Bird. What's going on, man? Good to see you, fam. Joshua McGee, peace. What's going on, King? Fellow girl dad, see you, fam. All right, man. So yeah, we got a lot to get into, so I ain't gonna waste too much time. Per usual, you know, the Q&A is toward the end of the show. However, if you think of a question that is relevant to what we're talking about at the time, please feel free to jump in. Once again, make sure that you save this link for later for Javier, and I'll be sure to throw it in the description a bit later as well. All right, and I forgot to turn my ringer off. Failing, son. I know.
Pop his hand.
It's, you know, I was here giving him the skinny, trying to break it down, having technical issues. It's a whole lot, man. It's a whole lot, man. I just got a text from shout out to my man James Cash. Y'all remember him for Substantial Weekly, and shout out to Sherm. Apparently Jid dropped a new album today, so you know what I'm gonna be doing later. Playing that at ignorant volumes, because Jid is probably one of my favorite young rappers. You familiar with Jid?
Okay, I'm familiar with him.
Jid gets busy, man. He got one of my favorite lines. I'm gonna butcher it, so I ain't gonna do it later, but I'll look it up and share it before the end of the show, because I want to say it right. Because you know how you try to quote somebody, then you say it wrong,
it's like not dope,
and then it doesn't have the same effect. They were like, "Yo, that is trash."
Yeah.
And then you read it back.
Please don't bring that garbage to my live again.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
Jid, he's putting words in your mouth, bro. Substantial starts a beef online. Right. It's like, yo, I'm a big fan.
Oh
funny,
man.
Yo.
It is super cool, Frank. Yeah, man, it's cool having a homie nearby, man.
Yeah.
You know, more one. And I forgot to mention that y'all probably recognize him from some of the videos I posted on the channel, riding one wheel. This is my sensei, my one wheel sensei, right here. And oh yeah, congratulations are in order, because you hit 37,000 miles.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So. Yeah, please explain.
So I've ridden my one-wheel electric skateboard 37,000 miles in the past 3.5 years, which is more than miles than most people put on their cars in 3 years. And currently still #1 in the world ranking-wise for miles ridden on the electric one-wheel. And yeah, man, just expanding, yo.
Oh, man. That's dope, man. Congratulations, bro.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So, hey, man, like since we talking about one wheel and Was it make sure I say it right? It's PEV, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we are talking about personal electric vehicles. Let's talk about your event that you got coming up, man. So tell everybody about the Green Flight event and why they need to be there.
So the Green Flight event, the Green Flight Festival, is basically a culmination of lessons, informative talks, and good fun. We're there celebrating clean fuel, electric energy, clean food, talking about exploring vegan and plant-based options, not just junk, you don't have to change your diet all at once, but just exploring it, and clean fun. So we do clean music. All my hip-hop is curse-free. Blessing it. We stay blessing it. All my hip-hop is curse-free and positive, not sugar-coated, though. We still talk about social issues, injustices and such, but we're just promoting and pushing the idea of cleaning up our ways and changing to an extent to try to make the world a better place. So
that's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. And I'm gonna make sure I throw this link up on the screen for you guys so you can find out more information about Hav. I'm sure that in his Linktree link that's right there on the screen that you can find more information on the event. But also, I'm gonna be hosting the event, so you come out. You see this amazing brother do what he does and talk about all of this stuff that he's very passionate about. He's one of the more consistent people I know. So definitely worthy of your support. But yeah, man, you get to come out, hang out with us if you're in the DMV area and stuff. And the events are free, right?
Yes, sir. We got a morning ride starting at 11 a.m. in partnership with Go DC Go or Bike Share. Everyone knows them as Bike Share. They're sister companies. And so we'll be leaving from the Lincoln Memorial at 11 a.m. and we'll go for about a 5-mile ride led by Kesha Rowe, aka Major Knox Adventures, and my homie Rose Trey, who's a wheelie champion.
Wow.
Like, these guys are amazing. And so we're gonna go for a little cruise around the city. Then we're gonna hang out on the National Mall for about an hour or so, play some games, ultimate frisbee, some relay races, but around 4:50-ish, we'll be setting up at the wharf, and that's when you can come hang with Sub. I mean, if Sub is out and during the day, you can hang out with him then too. But
we'll see.
Starting at 5 p.m., we'll definitely be at the wharf, and music, cornhole, and learning about personal electric vehicles. That's the vibe.
Yeah, and there's food out there too, right?
Maybe there's definitely restaurants all along the wharf.
Sure.
So for sure it's going to be plenty options for food for everyone who's hungry out there. So yeah,
that's the info for those of you. You know how it go. You're on your way to a show, you look at the time like, ooh, should I eat now, should I eat later? So if you're one of those people, you ain't got to go ahead and postpone showing up to the event on time. You just show up to the event and then look around, and there's food right there, so you can still hear all of the dope music because he's gonna be performing with his band. We got youth performers.
Yeah, we got 2 youth performers confirmed this year, and they're young, and I think the thing that we need to remind, and the reason why I try to incorporate the youth in the things that I'm doing, is that think about what you were working on as a kid, and think about choices you made as a result of those positive things you wanted to do not being supported. So imagine, maybe a kid's not gonna sing as good as Erykah Badu or Lauryn Hill, etc. But like, we gotta support them in the beginning, give them that support so that they know it's like, hey, if I try to do something that's good, people will support me. So that then people will, we shift the whole, paradigm of people thinking that you need to do something negative to be successful. It's like, nah, if I do something positive, people will support me. Imagine if you genuinely believed in your heart that if you were doing something positive, you would get a lot of support. The world would be like a different place, Like, people would be like, oh, I can just go feed the homeless people in the world, I'll be taken care of, But
it's something I've always had a pet peeve with, is
I keep kicking this.
I was trying to kick the camera down, son.
I'm sorry.
We out, son. We out. No, but something that, like, you said that I always think about. Like, people say things like, we shouldn't. Like, it's the folks who don't like to give praise to people who are quote unquote doing good things or the right thing, because people's comment to that is, well, that's what you're supposed to be doing, right? But the thing is, I feel like yes, we're supposed to be doing it, right? We're supposed to be doing positive things. We should be putting more positive energy in the world. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people don't. A lot of times, folks are way quicker to go negative than they are to go positive because, like, it's you know, in terms of what's it called, like hot takes on different things, definitely get way more clicks. It's easier to get a comment from your artist that you are paying attention to online by saying something negative versus saying something positive. So folks just don't even bother a lot of times. And so yeah, man. So now I appreciate the fact that, you know, you're providing that space for folks. You're giving folks you're not just giving young people a chance to perform in front of people and get that love, but also giving us an opportunity to see potentially whoever's next, and even if they're not the next big thing, pour love into the next generation. And so that's extremely important, man.
Yeah, because those kids are going to go back and be like, yo, man, I went out and did this. It was positive, and they showed love. Yeah. And so people who may feel, youth who may be feeling neglected, will see that, oh, positive things in the community may place me in a position to get the type of support and love that I've been seeking, that I might look for in a gang or et cetera. That's right. You know, and yeah, you can never underestimate the ripple effect of these positive things. You know, sometimes people, and I'll say this and stop, sometimes people will say, but you might just be doing positive things to post about it to make yourself look good. And it's like, well, if that inspires other people to do positive things just to make themselves look good, even if it makes them look good, they're still helping people. Right. So if the whole entire world was like, well, I'm going to do positive things so I can blow up. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, please do that. Like, yo, like, because people do negative stuff all the time and they blow up.
And they get more attention doing the negative stuff.
That stuff goes viral.
Way easier, fam.
Yeah. So anyways.
Yeah, man.
There's no losing in that situation. People going out and doing positive things and posting about, there's no losing in that situation.
Absolutely. You know, absolutely. Unless you're like a supervillain. Yeah, and it's all a part of your master scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, if that's the case, yeah, then we screwed. But like, hopefully that's not the case with me. Right. But yeah, I can't speak for everyone, you know. But you know, that goes both ways. You got good people who do, bad people who do. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely real, man. Yeah. Hey, peace to Ty Money. Thank you for tuning in, man. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook, and if you're watching on Twitch, shout out to you as well. Let's keep it moving, man. Thank you for sharing that info on the event. Let's talk about some of the other things going on. So that event is happening this Sunday. Remember that the Green Flight Festival is happening all day on Sunday. Be sure to check it out. You can go to Javier's link tree, which is in the comments of this video. When this video finishes going live, it will be in the description of the video as well. All right, we got a quick comment from Soul Tiger that says, unfortunately, the way mainstream media / news is may be the biggest factor for the start of preventing the positive vibe / energy in the world. Super facts. This is a real conversation I had with a reporter who showed up when we were doing our Kwanzaa event back in, that was 2019. I think the first time we did it was pre-COVID. And when we were doing our event, you know, we were just like, hey man, we're super happy to see you, see you here. And I was like, because quite frankly, you know, like we see news cameras all the time for negative stuff. So it's great that you're here recording something positive happening in the community. And he was basically saying, he was like, nah, he was like, I absolutely would love to report more of this. But the reality of it is we get contacted far more about negative things that happen than we do when something positive is happening. And that right there, while it is partly the media, if more people decide to tune in when they're reporting negative things versus them talking about positive stories, if more people call in and report when something bad is happening than when something good in the community is happening, because again, people's attitude a lot of times is, well, that's what that's what you're supposed to be doing. So in other words, what you're saying is we don't need to celebrate that because that's what you're supposed to do. But then it's just like, you know, it's super problematic, man. So, you know, I just wanted to bring that up, man. So we've seen that firsthand.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, for sure.
CM.
Hey, my man, yo.
What a
good to see you up in here, bro.
Yeah, I love this guy.
Yeah, man. Always support. And I appreciate what you were saying about him the other night too on IG, man. CM is a super dope brother. We both have a song with him from many years ago. Record. Yeah, it really is. Really is. What's the name of the song?
Hustle and Grind.
Hustle and Grind. Hey, CM, do me a favor. If that song is actually out, feel free to drop a link to that, man. Because I'm pretty sure most of my fan base has not heard that song, and I'm sure some of Hives fans probably don't even know that song is out there. So if it's online, feel free to drop that link in there, man. All right, but shout out to CM, man. He's been riding with us for a long time, and with you even longer.
Supporting me since day one. That's one of the type of people who keep positive people going when they're working through a wall of no's. Like, you always need somebody who's in your corner is like, yeah, I know things are really rough, like horrible for you right now, but I got your back because I have faith. You know, like,
for sure.
So like, and every one of us, anybody watching this stream live or etc. retroactively can agree. Like, you wouldn't have kept doing what you were doing if there was no one in your corner who was like, yo, like, keep going. Yeah. There's always at least one. And CM is that person. Like, and he's a dope MC. Like, yo, bro, dope. Like, yo, definitely check him out. Yeah,
man. Shout out to CM, man.
Yeah.
But yo, so let me give y'all a few more reminders. So next up, this event here, right? SketchPads happening this Saturday at Spizzy, the Brandywine location that is in Prince George's County, Maryland. It will be featuring me, Substantial, doing a live beat set and also answering your questions. And of course, my Mrs. Rochelle Etienne Robinson doing live art, killing it. We'll have the big screen TV out so you can watch her drawing live while you basically have some bomb ass smoothies. It's gonna be dope. Lots of great vibes. Plus we got goodie bags and stuff. There'll be drawing paper available to you all and stuff so that you could set up on the tables and draw a little something. I believe we may be out of sketch pads to give out, but we still have drawing materials. You will get paper to draw on, along with drawing pencils and erasers. So feel free to come through. If you have a tablet that you can draw on, you can bring that. If you have your own sketchbook, you are highly encouraged to bring that out. But definitely come out. It's going to be a good time. And we got other cool stuff in the gift bags too from Words, Beats, and Life as well. So shout out to Words, Beats, and Life, our sponsor. Also shout out to Blick Arts Materials, and shout out to Bites and Beats, my man IQ. You know what I mean?
We got new comments.
Yeah, man. Hey, Mrs. Robinson. Clap it up for Mrs. Robinson. Okay, all right. Okay. All right. But yeah, man. And CM, you could try to throw that link in there, man. Hopefully it'll work for you. If not, just DM one of us later and then I'll add it, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. A little late, but I made it. What up, Warpath? My man Eric. Good to see you, fam. Peace.
What up, dude? Peace, bro.
That's what's up. Dope. Early Bird, we will see you there tomorrow, man. Shout out to Early. Yeah. Early went to the studio. My man Early Bird was in the studio last Saturday, and I was there with him because I had to record my guest verse on one of his songs called "Don't Dim Your Light." Coming soon. Joint powerful message. Happy to be a part of it. Shout out to my man Early. But yeah, man, this dude recorded his. He already pre-recorded some of his album at his home studio. Wow. And had and written it all in advance, but he recorded his whole album in a day.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So shout out to that brother.
Yo.
Always working hard. Hey, and
diligence.
Yeah, man. One of the most consistent brothers I know.
That's crazy.
All right. And there's the link. Hey. If y'all want to hear a song that you haven't heard before by myself, Javier, and the homie CM, definitely check that link out at your leisure.
Vicious record.
Yes, indeed, man. And yeah, man, shout out to Blick. Blick is a great source for art materials. Absolutely. All right, big facts. All right, big facts. You need that one in your corner. I love my people for that, and owe them too much to put it in words. Right. That's too real.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Legit.
Absolutely. All right, let's see what we got next on the agenda. All right, let me grab a link for y'all. It isn't there, oh no. But don't worry, my friends, I got you. Hold up. Still killing time because I was typing slow as hell.
He's like, I
was typing to the rhythm. You know what I mean?
It's like getting nothing done.
Hey, peace. What's going on, Andre? Tuning in from Japan. That's what's up, man.
Welcome.
We worldwide out here. All right.
It's 1 a.m. here. Oh my God.
Hey, man, we appreciate you for hanging out with us. You know what I'm saying?
Got us fools on your screen at 1 a.m. I'm sorry. Right. Thank you.
Yeah, man. We try to keep y'all entertained, man. All right. So look, next up on the docket, let's jump into this. So for those who don't know, I do have a Patreon, and man, and if you've been someone who's been supporting my Patreon for a long time, it's okay to go ahead and throw me under the bus and be like, yo, Stan been slipping, son. You know what I'm saying? Because I have, fam. I have not been on top of it. But your man, this month, though, I've had a great streak. And it's been updated multiple times. So there is lots of content on Patreon right now. So if you have not signed up for my Patreon, you can sign up for as little as $1 all the way up to $50 a month if you so choose. There is my new single, which is on there. Now, keep in mind, here's all the updates. My new single is there. Originally, the draft was there, but it's since I posted it has been mixed and mastered.
Nice.
So now, if you heard it before, you can go back and hear the mixed and mastered version. I've updated the old post, but then also the instrumental of it is available. Also, the acapella is now available, along with what key it's in and the BPM for all of you producers. Keep in mind that it's both the instrumental and the acapella are for promo use only, right? Not for monetization. So please be aware of that, because I hate to have your stuff taken down if you try to get slick. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say that for legal purposes.
Right.
But yeah, man, definitely consider signing up for my Patreon. Also, the artwork for Home is Where the Art Is, the 10th anniversary edition, that is also available on the page too. So be sure to check that out. And the last update I have, and this is Patreon related, but it's also related to everybody. So for those who've been wondering if I was ever going to do it, I now have a Discord page, a Discord channel. Thank you, which will be going live probably within the next week or so. We were just basically going through it this morning just to make sure that it's functioning well, so that I will start promoting within another week or two tops. All right, so yeah, man, that's all the updates related to Patreon. And there will be a Patreon on the Patreon channel. There will be a board that is exclusively for people who are patrons or subscribers on Bandcamp or subscribers on IG. So there will be a private page where you'll basically be invited for that once you prove by sharing your credentials that you've already subscribed. So yeah. All right.
Yeah, when you said it's related to everybody, I was like, it's your cousin. Because everybody got that cousin. It's like, that's my cousin too. It's like not even blood relatives at all. It's like, yeah, that's my cousin.
Right.
It's like, no, it's not. But anyways, yeah.
Hey, man, Warpath, thank you, man. I appreciate you for considering signing back up, man. Thank you. And shout out to those of you who've supported in the past and stepped away, whether it was because money was tight. Obviously, the world's going through it right now, so no hard feelings. And those of you who stepped away, quite frankly, because I was bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that I wasn't working. Like, I was working, but yo, like I hadn't posted anything. This is how bad it was. I hadn't posted anything to Patreon from, like, last time I posted was end of February.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it's been crazy because I've been in album mode, and then there's been a lot of stuff in our personal life and stuff been dealing with. And so we're in a good zone right now. Things are caught back up. Album is more than 70% done. Nice. We're about to clear one sample, and then there's a vocal thing that I'm sampling from a radio show from an artist that all of you know. They just gave me verbal confirmation this morning, so we'll be drawing up contracts with them soon as well. So dude, like, things are moving with the album right now, and it's really crazy. So I've cleared officially one sample, 2 samples are on the verge of being cleared, and it's exciting, man. So go over to Patreon, check out the preview, you know. Right. the Chappelle joint. After was it the Dancing with the Stars joint? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was just talking about what you did. You're like, yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, you're like.
It reminded me of and for those of you who are a fan of Dave Chappelle, one of his stand-up, he was talking about talking about when people fall off, how they sign up, end up getting added to Dancing with the Stars. And so he was talking about, he's like, yeah, you ain't gonna, he's like, when they called, it's like, not yet. This is before he came back. But then he was like, you ain't gonna see me up there like waiting to be judged, fam. They ain't gonna be, but like his body like, trying to smile but winded. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
oh my God. So when you did that, that's immediately where my mind went. All right, I'm sorry. Get focused. All right, here we go. Oh, by the way, Stan, you asked before about merch ideas for Home is Where the Art Is. I had a few, but should I drop them here or send you a message on your site? Send me a message on the site, but feel free to drop them here. So that being said, this is a great segue. We're doing the Home is Where the Art Is 10th anniversary joint. And since Hive is here, this is a great time to talk about this because something related to Hive is a part of this.
My cousin.
So please send me that, Eric. But yo, while we're here, just another reminder that yes, hey, sister from another mister, what it is? We got Steph in the building. Peace, Steph. Hey, so listen, while you're on here, Steph, if you are available on September 9th, that is when I'm doing the Home is Where the Art Is live album commentary. And since you're on the album, it'd be great if you joined me in the studio. You know what I mean? And the reason why I was pointing out it's great that Jav is here is because the deluxe edition will include the song that I did with Javier and Homeboy Sandman.
Wow. Okay, I forgot you told me about that.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah. So it's absolutely going to be available on there. That song's called Reloaded.
Sandman, so dope.
Shout out to Sand. So that's on there, and then also a bonus track with YU from Diamond District. YU is definitely my favorite, or at least top 3 of my favorite rappers from the DMV. Dang. Like YU is definitely one of the great ones, dope. Man. Yeah, man. So shout out to all of them, but definitely join us on September 9th. And it's gonna be happening in the evening. All right, we're gonna do this at 8 p.m. and before this goes live, we will be doing the premiere of the Spilled Milk video, which was only available to Patreon supporters before, but now will be public for everyone to see. And shout out to Mellow Music. It's been cool to start building with them again and stuff, man, to make sure that we celebrate this record right. And so shout out to Mike from Mellow and the team over there for showing love and support after all these years. All right. I'm trying to make sure if I got everything. I think. Slipping. Your man ain't living right. Hold up, son.
You say your man
ain't living right. You know what I'm saying? Hold up.
He needs some milk.
Hey, man. So look.
Milk.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's disgusting. Oh my God.
Wait a minute. No, I do not, good sir. You know what I'm saying?
5-second rule on that glass of milk. Oh no!
Oh, hard pass.
Made me choke. Drinking milk off the ground.
Oh
man! Oh my God!
Yuck!
Wow.
So yo, listen. Let's change the subject real quick. Get serious. Serious face. All right. So look. Yeah, man, you can tell. Hey, Steph said, "Hi, man, yo."
I'm sorry. Oh man.
Oh, Steph can't make it. Hey, definitely, I will send you the link so you could call in for sure. And thank you, Warpath. I appreciate that. So, hey, man. So look. So this next announcement. I make sure I get that up.
They
on
see that
screen.
when we see that.
They don't see that yet. Okay. It will pop up in a second. Hold on. Just hold on. Gonna wait 1 second before I show you the thing. All right. Here we go. Sorry, got excited. All right. So, boom.
They see it now?
Now they do. So, look, man. Exciting times. We have the next episode of Artistry coming up. And that is featuring the legend himself, Tracy Lee. Ooh. If you do not know who Tracy Lee is, you need to look up a hip hop classic called The Theme. All right, so definitely look up that song. And what I want you to do at some point in time is to basically set your notifications on this video here, because this is the link to it. But don't worry, when this video ends, if you're watching on YouTube, it's going to redirect you to basically the landing page so you can go ahead and check this out. But on Monday, this is happening. We will be interviewing Tracy Lee, who's a hip hop legend. And pardon me, I'm saying it wrong. Tracy Lee Esquire, because he is an entertainment lawyer. He's also an educator. He teaches the business of music classes at Coppin State, the great Coppin State in Baltimore, Maryland at HBCU. So yeah, man, definitely you don't want to miss this one. Shout out to the missus, my partner in everything. who's going to be running the interview with me per usual for Artistry.
Hey.
So definitely, man, you don't want to miss it. Be sure to tune in. I will make sure that other links are up on the screen. Well, no, you got it in the chat already, so you're good. But Artistry's almost over, man. Season 3 of Artistry.
Wow.
We only have 2 episodes left. We might do a bonus episode or something. I talked to the missus just to really maybe go back through the season, talk about who we met with.
Recap.
Yeah, man. And look, I'm gonna put Hive on the spot, but like, what's up, Hive? What's up with season 4 of Artistry, son?
I'm down.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What y'all think? Y'all want to see Hive pop up on season 4 of Artistry? You know what I'm saying? So we can talk about
I'm honored.
day in the life of, you know, a brother who is a professional educator, professional athlete, professional musician.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? He's
coming from you, that's a huge compliment.
hey
Thank
man,
you.
it is what it is.
Yeah,
It's the truth.
Appreciate you.
It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, so definitely be ready for that. Tune in for that. That's coming soon. And I will see y'all on Monday for that. All right. Warpath, thank you, man. I appreciate the fact that I can always count on your support. And the same to so many of y'all that's watching right now. I know y'all always holding it down. All right. But at this time, ladies and gentlemen.
Hive is going to Hive.
Hive is going to Hive.
I can't help
Hive's
it.
going to Hive.
We're not these are not like characters. This is just us when we hang out. That's what makes
For sure.
it so cool. So
Nah, absolutely, man. It's good times, son. All right. So on that note, it is Q&A time. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions for either of us, because both of us are here, you know what I'm saying? Send your questions our way and we'll do our best to answer them and all that good stuff. Because, man, we're moving through. I think it's because you're here, I'm more focused. Because usually, fam, by the time we get to the Q&A, technically it's like 10 minutes left in the show and then I go 30 minutes over almost every time.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out, especially because Warpath is like, you know, he's like Barbara Walters in the section, you know what I'm saying, in the question with the questions, son, trying to take Rochelle's job.
I saw that DJ Khaled dropped the new album.
Have I heard DJ Khaled's album? No. Am I anxious to listen to it? Also no. But that doesn't mean I don't like some of the songs he's been responsible for.
True.
Because there are some classic joints. That joint he did, I think, had Rick Ross, Dr. Dre, and was Jay-Z on it?
Kings.
Yo, that shit was flames. That joint was crazy. Of course, I like that. Not of course, but I like that joint with Jay and Nas that they did with Khaled as well. A lot of people was trying to shit on Jay Verse. I thought
Was it
the
the Black Republican joint?
No, that was off of one of the older albums. But I think that was off of, was it Nas or Jay album? One of their albums. Yeah, man, I will say this about Nas and Jay working together. As dope as both of them are separately, I always expect their songs together to be way doper. But I think it's because we waited too long to hear it. I feel like it would have been doper back in the day with them collabing.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like before both of these dudes were out here on their way to $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Where they were like hungrier. And it's not that they don't still be spitting when they want to, but yeah, it's just like, you know, most of it is just kind of money talk because that's where their lives are right now. You know what I mean? But anyway, have not heard Khaled's album. I'm not going to listen to Khaled's album until I listen to Jid's album. Jid's album is the only one right now that's on my radar because of the text that I got while we went live. But I do plan on banging that out first because I was listening to his recent joint he just dropped. The video for the joint's crazy. It's like,
have to play
yeah. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Eminem diss. Who dissed Eminem?
Let's see. Hold up. Yeah. I did hear about the game dissing Eminem, but the game got something to say about everybody. So it's kind of like when I hear that the game is talking about somebody anymore, I'm never surprised. I'm like, that's been his MO. Being his entire rap career.
Like Oscar the Grouch ignores Big Bird. It's like, man,
right?
like that's what Oscar does.
Right.
I have to check it. I might check that out though. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I saw this clip of Fat Joe. He was talking about how everybody wants to be number one. And this is just because we talking about DJ Khaled. He was like, man, you know, when my homie Pun came out, he was the boss, so I was number 2. Learning to professionally be number 2. This just random game I'm dropping that Joe dropped. He's like, is a skill, and it's something that people have to learn because everyone wants to be number 1, but they don't always want to do the work. They don't always want to take the steps it takes to be number 1. He's like, and I'm rich. But when I hang out with DJ Khaled, he's rich.
Right.
I'm not rich compared to him. So I open the door. I do these things. I'm number 2 again because DJ Khaled makes those moves. But it's just random things that I'm just sharing because we brought up DJ Khaled. So
yeah.
But yeah, he came out of like nowhere and like has put together some super dope collaborations. Like in that small amount of time that he was like, we the best.
Right.
Like he did enough to establish a legacy and take care of his family.
I mean, man. At the end of the day, that's what I feel like it's about for most people. So, yeah, man, I don't really... Yeah, it's like, as far as his music, I recognize when I listen to certain artists, I'm like, you're not making music for people like me. You know what I mean?
Okay,
and I just leave it at that. So it's like, I don't be like, oh, it's trash, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I've learned that you listen to certain people enough, you'll find something that is for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, he's thinking, like, based off of what he said about Tyler, too, about his stuff. Like, he had said to try to crap on Tyler's joint, was talk about like, I don't hear nobody playing this in the streets. You know what I'm saying? This ain't in the barbershops. This ain't.
Says who?
Right. I was like, it ain't. But that's the thing.
That's the barbershops you going to.
That's your circle. That's the places you spend time. You know what I mean? You're also not hanging with the demographic that listens to Tyler, because Tyler's a big artist, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a big artist that makes really good music. That sounds like, when you hear his music, you feel like you're listening to an indie artist. You know what I mean?
He does.
So you really don't realize how big he is. But man, he's a big artist, fam.
Right. I'm not even like a Tyler fan, but like many records that I've heard of his, I enjoy and listen to. Like, he makes good music. Like, He makes good music.
He really does.
Undeniable. Like,
really does. And he got bars, fam. You know what my favorite line on his last album was? My favorite line on his last album, he's like, got too much self-respect. Nah, I know this one. I quote it once a week. He's like, I got too much self-respect. I wash my hands before I piss.
Oh, wow.
Dog, that line is so fire. Wow. It's so fire. It sounds simple, but it really challenges this backward ass thinking where it's like, fam, you've been out all day touching doors. You touch
yourself,
but then you gonna touch yourself with your dirty ass hand, and then wash
other people.
Right, but then wash your hands after the fact. You should wash your hands before and after. For the record, before and after.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, enough about
thanks for the hygiene tips, Tyler.
You're welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Right. Next week on Hygiene Tips. Let's see. Yes, Jay-Z does spit a 5-minute verse on that joint. Yeah, Jay's verse on that joint was dope.
Okay.
Let's see. We the best. He's practically a Pokemon. Yo. All right, so this question I saw before. Since we have Mr. Early Bird in the chat as well as Javier, could there be a Made in Maryland remix? All right, so
I'm from Baltimore.
Right, he is from Maryland. I mean, maybe a mixtape joint, something, you know. But for the record, Early is from Virginia, not from. So he couldn't be on it, you know. See, Early said it right here. I'm made in VA, and Virginia's for lovers. Bow. So we already addressed the Eminem diss joint. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Certain people diss Eminem. I'm like, I don't even know if this is a necessary conversation because it's Eminem and he has a track record of demolishing people. So you know, I'm probably putting my money on M. Yeah, I'm probably putting my money on M almost in most cases. Not everybody. Not everybody. That, you know, there's definitely some people I feel like could give M some work if it was necessary. But yeah, but the game ain't the one. You know what I'm saying? But you know. Sun shines on the dog's ass some days, so you know what I'm saying. You know, it is what it is. This track is 10 minutes long. It's wow, 10 minutes just to be Come on,
Game
son.
is known for 200 bars. That was when I first heard about him. He doing like 200 bars.
Here's another hard ass quote for you. The Genius, right? The Genius. He said, "I don't waste ink, nigga. I think and drop megaton bombs more faster than you blink."
Nice, wow.
It ain't got to be super long, son.
Right.
You know, that's what made Jay-Z's joint. the takeover so hard when he was like, the rest of y'all get half a bar. Fuck y'all niggas. That is such a dope ass diss. Like, yo, he gave certain artists a verse and then basically was like, I ain't gotta address all the rest of y'all. You get half a bar.
Not even a whole bar. Right. Half a bar. He counted it out. He's like, you get half a bar.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Joey, man, it's super hard, fam. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So, Sub, you and I met July 10th, 2017. I appreciate the fact you remember the date in San Diego at the Kava Lounge. That's love. I had a lot of fun. Thank you to you, Marcus D. Greenspan. That's what's up. Hey. Baltimore finest for making that one of the best nights of my life. Thank you. Hey, man, it was an absolute pleasure. Shout out to the missus and my oldest daughter, because they would have been there that night, but the club, when I rolled up for sound check, was like, you can't have them babies up in here. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of tomfoolery and shenanigans be going on in here after a certain time. That's what I was thinking, shenanigans. Yeah, shenanigans. Soul Tiger was in the studio last week with Stan, though, so we got something in the works. Absolutely. Don't Dim Your Light coming soon. All right. Let's see, the game of Eminem. This track was I'm glad you know how to say that, Joe. Yeah, I still have not heard. I have no desire to listen to it, fam. Like, it's just like, you know. Awesome. You two have amazing energy. Loving it, man. Hey, look, you know, shout out to good friends who you have a good time with, because yo, I do this every week by myself for the most part, so I'm only so energetic because I'm looking at y'all typing on the screen and I'm just trying to match energy based on what I read. But it's different when you got your folks with you, you know what I mean? And I think people hear me make these chill ass songs all the time, so they think I'm just around chilling. Right.
That's a good thing to remember, because it's like often I have to remind myself that people who meet me in person only know me from my music. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, but there's so much more.
Right. Super facts. He doesn't even make his own beats. Yeah. And we saw the footage of him trying to make a beat. And
was it bad?
It was.
Wait, so he just says, we the best.
Well, so he
curates it.
So let's talk about what the original definition of producer meant, right? Okay. So in the music industry in general, producer doesn't always mean that the person made the beat. And I think in hip hop, that's what we always assume that it means, right? Is that like this person made the beat. But like, for example, the person who produced it could have been the one that funded, right? To pay the musicians, to give them the idea. That's why like somebody like a Dr. Dre, even though Dre absolutely can make his own beats, but he also brings in all of these other producers who know how to make his sound, a la Scott Storch, Battle Cat, all of these different people over the years that know the Dre brand and how to emulate it. So if they participate on working on an album with him, it sounds like it belongs on a Dre record. You know what I mean? So Khaled has clearly established what his brand is, and he's ultimately funding it. You know what I mean? And he's giving the direction, right? So think of it more like a movie producer versus like a producer in the music sense. That's what Khaled kind of is.
Acting, they piece it together. They curate it.
Yeah, they curate it. Yeah, absolutely. What you say. Yeah. And then Tyler Stunning on that ass went #1 and won a Grammy. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Can you do other rapper impressions? Yeah, you got any rappers you can do impressions of?
Impressions do not do.
That's not a rapper, but it was a pretty good impression.
No, hold on, wait.
Who you do?
Oh shit, Yoda on the scene, 900-year face smoking.
I wish I had a boo button. I ain't got
it's an actual Star Wars rap that I saw on YouTube like 10 years ago. Yoda had bars, bro.
Yoda was giving them that
work? Yeah, Yoda had bars, man. Even Jar Jar Binks had bars.
Oh my God.
Anyways,
we don't speak on Jar Jar Binks. Yeah.
That was like a moment of silence.
Right. He did not make the ancestors proud. So what rappers can I do impressions of? The one that I do all the time is a rapper most people don't know. And so there's a rapper named Lord Have Mercy that used to be down with Flip Mode Squad. and he is probably one of my favorite rappers that I felt like is criminally underrated. But yeah, because that dude's crazy. Like listen, Busta's one of the greatest rappers of all time, right? I mean, I don't care who you like, and I don't care if you're not in the Busta. In terms of what he's been able to do, in terms of success, in terms of his bars, in terms of performance, in terms of classic albums, this Bama checks a lot of boxes. He doesn't give you a lot of social commentary, and I think that and the fact that he's so animated, I think like people try to use that to discredit him. But in terms of success and classic like underground sounding hip hop shit, being lyrical and all, he's checking those boxes. So anyway, like the reason why I bring up Busta is because he was down, Lord have mercy, was down with Busta, and he was one of the only people that get on the track with Busta and give him work. He was like, Lord have stay super like the son of Jarrell. What? That nigga's voice is so
that sounds cool.
Because he sound like God, fam. Like he say something like, yo, he like, yes, Lord. yo, and he had one of the hardest sample hooks on one of his songs. It was like, oh my Lord, have mercy, the MOP joint. Okay, and then they had a reggae artist like, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. And then it was like, Lord, Lord. And then somebody in the background was like, somebody's calling my name. Yes, Lord. That was the chorus, fam. That shit was sick. But yo, what's this? So my Lord have mercy impression goes, how's it go? I'm trying to I was trying to remember how the verse goes. Babies, ladies cry like babies when I'm hemming them. Vocally, broke them up like Jodeci. Fine cuts like kosher meats, dead them like coastal beef, forget about it. I spit my verses, hit them while the earth is spinning with perverted women that purr like kittens, turn over easy like German engines. Paint face, God, 8 bars, shine like quasars. That dude was sick, yo. He's like ashes to ashes, dust to dust, clashes with rappers, fuck with us, declare ruckus, we spare chuckers and throw guns. Mighty like Joe Young, wifey act so dumb. He's like, that dude said explosion from Brooklyn to Leningrad, holding a pen and pad, rocking a 5 deadly venom mask.
Nice.
Hey, dog.
That's tight, that's tight,
Hey, yo, nasty.
Where'd he go?
Yo, he just when him and Bust, when he left Flip Mode, you know, it was like these dudes were like, it was like everybody that left Flip Mode, almost like they were blacklisted if they weren't still with Bust. So he was just kind of went back into the underground, man. And but yeah, man, shout out to him. Did a show with him many years ago. Shout out to my crew, The Plague. We was all with him. I watched him spit one of the illest acapella verses ever. He's like, turn that fucking beat off, son. That's how he said. That's how he said it. He told the DJ, he's like, turn that beat off, son. I was like, yes, Dad. That's how that thing sounded, son. That's how his voice sounds, man, when he talks.
That's crazy.
And then he spit with his line. He said, he's like, he was like, cold brain, blow brains, never mind. Come on, dog. Every punchline he did was a never mind punchline. He's like, Kurt Cobain, blow brains, never mind. And then he paused. It's like disrespectful and tight at the same time. So. Anyway, I get excited. I'm sorry. Here we go.
We just spent like 7 minutes on it.
I know,
it
son.
was tight though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a great question. Thank you. Appreciate you for playing. All right, Stan, are there any states you haven't been to? Also, which city states do you feel like you really connect with besides Maryland? Great question. I have not been to Alaska, which I know he's been to multiple times. I have not
Probably
been to,
not going to connect with Maryland.
Right. Oh yeah. Also, with state. I'm starting with the first question. Yeah.
Right. Never mind.
Right. So, what else? I haven't been to Montana. I haven't been to a lot of the Midwest places. I haven't been to Wyoming. I haven't been. I have been to Alabama. I haven't been to New Mexico.
Okay.
I have not been to Missouri.
Okay. When they say haven't been to, are they referring to performing there?
That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a great. Please elaborate, Warpath. Right. Also, which cities/states do you really feel like you really connect with besides Maryland? So, I love the West Coast, man. I got a lot of love for the West Coast. I feel like the West, when I'm out there, like it matches what my energy is. Like I feel like. When I've traveled up and down the East Coast, of course I love it. You know what I mean? It's where I'm from and where I've lived. Yeah, I mean, I lived in New York, I lived in DMV, you know, Baltimore, all of that. And so, yeah, man, I got ridiculous love for the East Coast. But I feel like my energy these days where I'm at in terms of like my overall chill vibe, I feel like the West is a lot more chill.
Okay.
And they've been a lot more health conscious for, I feel like, longer than the East Coast has, at least certain pockets of the East Coast.
Okay.
So every time I'm out there, I don't feel as strange as when I'm here. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stuff that people have been looking at me sideways for many years until it became the norm here. You know what I mean? From the way people eat nowadays, I've been eating like this since I was like 16 or 18 years old, fam, and I'm 43.
Okay.
So that's a long time being on this path where it was not cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now it's the norm, but yeah. So whenever I would go out west, it always felt like, yeah, y'all a little more my speed. So
Right.
so I got love for Cali. You know, what was that? I got love for Seattle. I love it when I go out to Seattle. I always have a good time. Shout out to the Marino family. Where else? I like Dallas a lot when I went, yo. Dallas was pretty cool. It was cooler than I expected it to be, especially because I grew up watching the Washington football team.
Okay.
So I expected to hate them Bama's when I got there, even though I don't watch football no more. But yeah, it was cooler than I expected it to be. And ATL is always dope too, man. I love going nice places in general, but I love it when I go to places where it seems like it's a ridiculous amount of black folk like running things and things are great.
Right,
you know what I mean? Because that makes me think of PG. You know what I mean? Because PG
With
is
the county of the
It has nothing to do with me not liking other groups of people. It's just like, yo, I like going places, seeing my folks doing well. It's hella inspiring. Yes, yeah, man. And so especially because it doesn't fit the narrative that most people associate. Here's a question for the Q&A. How's it going?
Ready, great, and things are wonderful. It's a beautiful day here in Virginia. You're welcome to tune into our live. Thank you very much.
Ilhan, Idris, peace, fam. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to folks watching on Twitch. All right. Jizza also said, half short, twice strong. Yes, he did. Yes, and talking about Game in his long ass verses. That line he said wasn't directed at Game, but it does apply to people like him.
Right.
All right. If memory serves, Eminem did have the last artist that dissed him move to another genre. I mean, you know.
He was probably overdue for moving to a new genre.
Yeah.
He was not.
All right.
He had style.
Right. Peace
He
early.
was like trying to find something to give him. He had style.
Hey, what's going? Hey, everybody, clap it up for my man Blaze Davis, man. Shout out to the homie. Really good brother, man. Hey, looking forward to catching up with you soon too, brother. Hope your vacation been going well, man. And we got another homie up in here. Clap it up for my man DJ Rockman. All right. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the fam coming through. DJ Rockman, Blaze Davis, Early Bird, my wife. Marcus D is here. Hold up. Hold. Clap it up for Marcus. All the fam. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Yeah, I'm about to go up. Keep going. It's a family affair. With that 2-part harmony, though. All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, man. Shout out to all the fam that came through. You know what I'm saying?
We love you all.
Yeah, man. Good times. Hey, peace, God. What's going on, Roger? Good to see you up in this joint. All right. That's true. Yeah, see who else we got up in here. Stizzle, Lord Have Mercy tour impressions are second to none. Thank you. Hey, man. And look, for those of you who have not heard them, go listen to them and then come back. And then just understand the greatness that I just gave you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know them, but all the homies that know them, shout out to my Plague fam, because they all are familiar. But Lord Have is definitely, to quote himself, to quote him, referring to him, he's like, stay super like the son of Jarrell.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? He's dope. All right. I was a little too excited about that one. That bar wasn't as impressive.
That's cool, though.
It was cool.
Because he said his father's name. Everyone always references Clark Kent.
That's what I'm saying.
He had to switch it up.
Yeah, super like the son of Jarrell. That was a deep cut, son.
No, it was.
You know? And he got some lines that also don't translate too well into
Is
like.
he also referencing the son that empowers him and then son like his son?
See now you taking it deep. Taking it deep. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if he was president, he'd be like, yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Damn right. He got lines also that don't work too well in today's climate. That probably get him canceled. He's like, I like my women's legs like peanut butter, brown, smooth, easy to spread. I'm like, yo, it's like, probably can't get away with that nowadays, son. It's a little rapey. It's funny quoting it back, but it's a tad rapey.
It's like, yo, I'm glad you said that, not me.
Right. I'm laughing because no one's present. But if everyone was, I'd be looking around very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's not okay, man.
Oh, my God.
I wanted to answer that question.
Which one?
The one right before. He said,
okay.
I'll keep it quick. I just want to set an example so that youth who come and people who come after me know that they can be successful doing what they love with integrity. I just want to be the example. That's what I want them to see. And that the things that I loved, I did them to the utmost, and they took me around the world. That's it.
That's what's up. I'm sorry. He was saying something real serious, and then I was reading something that made me laugh.
Yeah,
don't you hate when that happens? Hey, so Stizzle got a Charlie Murphy in the
He even did the teeth.
Yo, I can't. I'm trying not to laugh, son. Charlie Murphy, rest in peace to Charlie Murphy, man. Definitely criminally underrated, super funny, yo. But I love Charlie Murphy because one, he would say like some of the most gangster shit any comedian would say, and you knew he meant every word of that shit. Like he's probably one of the best storytellers, and he always talked through his teeth. He's like, man, like, listen, I love my brother, man. Love my brother. So when I go to shows and shit, and I see him on stage, and then people in the crowd, like, talking shit, he's like, yo, I'd be pissed, man. I'd be wanting to whip they fucking ass, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. It's like, yo. So he's like, one time I go to dinner. I went to dinner with my brother, and there was this actor, you know what I'm saying? He got fucked up or something, you know. He's paralyzed from like leg down, so all he could do is sip from a cup and shit. He was like in a little chair, had bad bitches around him, you know, and they getting little sippy cups. But yo, me and my brother, we come through, you know, we fly shit, we in the club, you know, and he just start hating. Hey, fuck Eddie Murphy. He's like, yo, I'm about to bust his fucking name. My brother's like, nah, chill. And then like, yo, it got to the point I couldn't take it no more. So I went over there and was like, listen. He's like, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna flip that chair over and stomp your motherfucking head.
Your head.
Yo, the specific,
oh my God,
the specificity of him saying that, like, listen, it sounds just like some ignorant shit because it is. But what makes it funny is the fact that he knows the dude is paralyzed from the
one part of you,
and he's gonna stop the one part that he still has feeling. Young, that story, fam. And, yo, dog, I fell on the floor. Like, I laughed probably harder than anybody in the room when I first heard that joint.
Savage. We beat Charlie Murphy's legs today with like linguini. Linguini though.
Oh my God! All right, I'm pretty sure I'm losing fans sharing some of the ignorant stuff I find entertaining. It's okay. Gosh. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Though. You know what I'm saying? I meant performing. Performing in. Yeah. So thank you for clarifying that. So performing in, favorite places to perform in, favorite cities to perform in. Always a good time when I perform in San Francisco. LA is always crazy. Again, West Coast love, man. West Coast be showing love. Yo, when I perform in the hometown, it be love too, man. It definitely over the years has gotten better and better, and that's been beautiful to see. So yeah, that show that I got to do with Marcus D and Steph at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center, probably one of the greatest shows I ever got to do in the U.S. You know what I mean, with the exception of like maybe one or two. And so yeah, man. So performing for the hometown and the DMV is always dope too. But yeah, man. Let's see. Need to come back to Austin. Hey, bro, let's talk. I applied for South by Southwest for a panel. If the panel works out, voting just ended, by the way. Thank y'all to those of you who voted. Voted just ending. We'll find out by October if we get it. If so, Rockman, you'll be the first person I hit up. I got the song intro. I'm not
for
sure.
the album? Did you send him something?
Nah. Okay. I think he might be talking about something else.
Okay.
Stan, I know you do, but not sure if Javier does. But what are some of your favorite anime scenes / lines? That's a great one.
What? I watch more anime than some does.
That's why well, they know know because I said it on the show, but they don't know what you like.
Some of the favorite ones.
Snacking.
Like, what about Tengen Top and Gurren Lagann when he was talking about how all those stars that they see in the sky were enemies, but he's like, no biggie type stuff. Or like recent season of Attack on Titan when he was like, Tatakoi. And I saw, like, talking about fight. I draw, like, real life inspiration from moments in anime. So when Luffy's been fighting Kaido and they mastered this new technique called Ryo, where you are using your energy, you coat your body in your energy and hit the person from the inside, destroy them from the inside out. I think that stuff is like deep metaphor with like believing in yourself and finding the power within to break your problems from not from the outside barrier trying to bust through the wall, but like find the inner workings of your issues so you can, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I watch a lot of anime.
Way more anime than me, and I watch a decent amount, but I ain't got nothing.
I got more free time than Substantial does.
I appreciate you for saying that, because people be acting like I'm just slacking on watching anime.
I just have more free time. Yeah.
I appreciate it. This is a great question too, Javier. Since you are Stan's neighbor now, and I'm also his neighbor, are there future plans for not only guest starring, being here for Live from Home, but other related scheduled events? No pressure. You know what I'm saying? What do you think,
I'm down, yeah, man.
Why do y'all think he here right now?
Yeah,
it was all a
we were
part
supposed to go somewhere yesterday.
Yeah,
you know, so
we were definitely planning that too.
Yeah, man, we're gonna hang out for sure.
Absolutely.
This is my bro, Substantial. So when I came to DC in 2010, and I was working on an event with a gentleman by the name of Diallo Sumbri, and he was piecing together an event.
Diallo.
Yeah, good dude. He the event was called The Greatest Hip Hop Cover Story Ever Told.
And that event was amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. Everybody was doing different covers from different segments.
What song did you do?
I didn't. I was just a runner. I was picking up artists and dropping people off. So I was still trying to build my name in the community. I wasn't even on the show.
I remember. I know I did 2 songs. I did
Flex on Me.
Run DMC. It wasn't a flex. I was just trying to remember because.
What song you do? Oh, you ain't did none? Okay, well I know I did 2, and then
see, he tried to make it like a bad thing. My mind, because I see him as a peer, not my little brother. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because of that, in my mind, he was there like the rest of us were performing. So I didn't know he was there as the quote unquote runner. You know what I'm saying?
I was the hired help. I wasn't even getting paid.
I won't share what songs I did now. Carry on. I'm sorry.
But anyways, Substantial and Maimouna Youssef were the first 2 artists that really embraced me and were like, yo, man, we see what you're doing. Yeah, we'll loop you into what we're doing. We'll put you up on game. We introduce you to some people. And Sub has been looking out ever since. So yeah, I'm excited and honored to say that Substantial is someone that I can be friends with, I can create art with, and I can do business with. And we're always on the same page. Everything is always transparent, honest, and upfront, and good vibes. So yeah. There would definitely be more related scheduled events. Going to the gym, riding one wheels, working on songs potentially. And
yeah, man.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I mean, maybe we finished that EP. We started.
There we go.
Because y'all might remember on Bandcamp there's certain beats that are labeled for Javier Starks. You know what I mean? So might be a good opportunity to pick back up. You know,
right.
Yeah.
I think Mark is laughing at that.
Oh, from the earlier, yeah. All right, we're playing catch up on the comments. How you guys doing, man? We're good, man. Thank you so much for asking, Yato. Sorry it took us so long to respond. All right, let's see. If someone were to visit Maryland for the first time as a tourist, what are some overrated and underrated places to visit? Great question. Ooh.
I never heard that one. It's like, what are some overrated spots to hit?
One underrated, man, damn, it's so much, fam. I feel like someone asked me something Eric asked me something similar last week. But yeah, I would say, I'm gonna just say great places to go, because it's kind of hard to. I feel like it's borderline disrespectful, because it might not be my cup of tea, but other people love it for a specific reason. Definitely a place to check out if you're a history buff. There's plenty of like places in Maryland that document the history of this great state. So the Harriet Tubman Museum is it's a bit north from here, but like definitely worth checking out. If you're looking to do more touristy, just kind of hang out with the family, check out some cool restaurants. Some people might say this is an overrated place to go, but if you're doing the family thing, it might be the perfect place to go, and that's National Harbor. Definitely check out National Harbor.
It's dope.
Yeah, it really is.
Aquarium, you got the ice skating rink in winter, you got the water, you got all types of places to visit. It's not far from a few museums that are right across, not too far away.
You got the Woodrow Wilson Bridge right nearby, so you can go walking and stuff like that. It's right down the street from the MGM, which you can go for like great restaurants and all of that too.
That is Maryland.
Yeah, that's Maryland.
I want well over it so often I forget that I'm crossing the state lines. I go into
that's National Harbor, Maryland.
Yeah,
that's the
right.
address. Yeah. So definitely worth checking out. What was it? Other places that are cool in Maryland to check out. We have a lot of great parks, fam.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of great parks to go riding, go hiking and stuff like that. It's a very green state, so it's really beautiful. Again, if you're looking for another like harbor/city type of vibe, head up to Baltimore. You can check out the Baltimore Inner Harbor is really dope. If you're a history buff, check out the B&O. The train museum is really dope. Took my daughter there many years ago. Man, so many great restaurants and stuff to get amazing food too, depending on what you're into. I would say if you come to the DMV, like the parts in like PG or like any areas that are surrounding DC proper, right? Definitely, if you're trying to eat some good food, look up chicken wings and mambo sauce. But you can't just go anywhere.
Right.
If you're a person who don't spend time in the hood, you might have to go to a place that you might not feel safe in order to get the best. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
that authentic.
Yeah, that authentic. You know what I'm saying? I literally said to my friend Mason Lieberman, because we were at a hotel and he was asking what mambo sauce was because he saw it on the menu, and I said to him, I was like, listen, I know it's your first time. And so because it's your first time, I have a question for you. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you feel safe? He said, yeah. I was like, then this ain't the place to have it.
Right.
I was like, we're at a hotel. There's a conference going on. This is not the first place to have wings and mambo. And so the next time he came in town for MagFest, we drove over. We were in, was it Northeast or Southeast? I forget. Was it Eddie's or? Damn, yo, I can't remember. I know we was off MLK. And I took MLK anywhere, you know what it is. So we was right off MLK, and I took him to a joint over there, and I brought Asheru with me. Asheru stayed in the car with him, and then I went and got our food. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Listen, I was like, bro, like safety's important. You know what I'm saying? Look, but yeah, man. Thank you for that question, though. I love my state. Proud.
Yo, Charlie Murphy, so dope.
Overrated, be more harbor, like underrated, any spot for go-go. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, the Be More Harbor, again, it's more of a touristy thing. Like I just tell people, I will say one thing that's in the harbor that isn't overrated is the aquarium. The Baltimore Aquarium, nice. Like again, touristy type of thing, but if you want to get like experience something that is cool for tourists and stuff, but like is unique to this area. Right. Baltimore got like in this particular region, hands down, it's the best.
More bang for your buck.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, definitely if you check out your local go-go's, if you know what I mean, if you want to hear the indigenous music of the Washington D.C. area, then you got to go to a go-go. If you in Baltimore, then you got to go to a joint to hear some Baltimore club music. You know what I mean? Find some club DJs so you can get the indigenous music of B-More. You know what I mean? Right. All right, let's keep it moving. A bit nervous to ask what you think of my hometown, Chicago. Oh man, I got love for Chi-Town, man. Look, Chi-Town, like a lot of urban cities or whatever, remind me of home in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Like, I love how diverse Chicago is depending on where you go. Like, you know what I mean? Like from the Latino community to the black community and stuff. And then it got its parts of town where you see everybody kind of mixed. Of course, it deal with crime like a lot of major cities and stuff like that. But every time I've been to Chi-Town, I always get a lot of love. And every time I performed in Chicago, man, shout out to oh my gosh, shout out to my man Elokari. Shout out to him. If Mark is still here, he know that's fam. Shout out to him, man. He always look out for us every time we performed out there. And shout out to Cunning Linguist, because when I went on tour first time I performed in Chicago, I was with them. You know
And
what
I went to Chicago with my one wheel. I went
Yes.
to Chicago and
Yeah.
it was beautiful.
It's a dope ass video on this channel. You can check the ride.
Super gorgeous place to ride, bicycles, etc. Lakeshore Drive, man, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
Like I
it
was
really is.
blown away seeing that. Yeah.
Word, man. Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Okay,
Song.
all right.
Word. All right. I'm going to make my Nerdcore days official. Oh, dope, Rockman. Yo, keep me posted, man. Hopefully, we'll hopefully we'll make it down there. Hive talk, that anime talk. Yes, he do. He's legit. Sub don't got no free time. None, fam. None. Right now,
I got 7 jobs. I'm substantial.
I got 13 job, man.
Oh man. Oh.
That's a good question. I feel the same way about my home Philadelphia. Word.
Philly's dope.
I had a phone call and missed like the last 10 minutes. All good, Frank, man. You were here first, son. You was in here first. That guy Frankie was here first, then you were second. I appreciate y'all both holding us down.
To be frank.
To be frank, there were 2 Franks.
But not 2 Franks like a sausage party.
Whoa. What are we doing right now? Keep it moving. The energy of you two is very entertaining to see, man. Appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying the show, man. Let's see.
Whoa,
catching
we had a
up.
lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. Trying to catch up. To be honest, man, both Philly and Chicago have many similarities. Super facts. That's very true. But Stan's one wheel PTSD now. Understandable. Hey, man, listen. Look at that thing.
Damn.
Look at that thing right there. It look like just random doodle on my arm. Is that doodle, baby? You know what I'm saying?
Not chocolate.
That's not chocolate. That's doodle, baby.
It's a baby though, baby.
Yes.
Doodle, baby. It's like, wow.
Yo, shout out to Marcus D, because we've said that on tour I don't know how many times, yo. What days y'all be dedicating to gaming sessions and games y'all playing right now? I know every time me and Hav get down, 12 hours end up
Legit,
passing.
we
I
played
can do
for
that.
like almost at least 10 hours the last time we played. That's a substantial does not have that kind of free time.
Nah. Yo, listen, when you see me go on live playing with my daughter, I probably have only played for like maybe 30 minutes prior to that thing going live. You know what I mean? And yeah, every now and then, like if I got a little bit of free time, and I never really have any, and I'll get into something that's because there's always something I got to work on, right? So, but yeah, man. But the last game I think I played with her was Mario Kart, but she about to have Splatoon 3 is about to drop, so she about to be going in on that.
Good.
She also got that new Demon Slayer game or whatever, but she got to clear off some space on her joint so I can play it.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to playing that. But that's my game limitations right there. You know what I mean?
Don't Starve. I'm playing Don't Starve. And the new Monster Hunter is good. They got a new Sunbreak joint. I'm about to get that. Yeah.
All right, Soul Tiger. Warpath says the Soul Tiger. I believe it's easy to judge a place as a whole, and when you see only bad. But if you know where to look, there's places that just about everybody would love. Absolutely, and that's every city, man.
Even in the bad, there's
absolutely.
The places aren't bad. It's just certain individuals in the places that
choose
make
to
the
do bad
places
things.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And listen, Baltimore is one of those places that gets a really bad rep, and it's wild because when I lived there, we have our little run-ins and stuff, and there was a situation where, like something that popped off like outside of a club or whatever, and me and shout out to the Dry Fish up in Baltimore, an amazing, my man Femi, shout out to him, that we had to intervene and break up a joint outside the club, but ultimately I got so much love for Baltimore, man. Baltimore's one of them places that got a terrible reputation globally, largely associated. When I say globally,
you're right.
When I was touring Europe, fam, every time folks were like, "Where you live?" Because I was living in Baltimore at the time, and I said Baltimore, and they were like, "Oh, really?" Yo, they were so concerned, so concerned, so sorry for you. What's she say? The joint, the meme that went viral with old girl from Aquila and the Bee. What's her name? She was in Nope. The new joint just came out. Oh my God, I know her name, but she was like, "I'm sorry for that man. I do not know that man."
Oh right,
sorry for that man. Yeah, but like the way people talk to me when I was going in Europe and I said I was living in Baltimore. That's how they. Sorry for that man. I do not know that man. Sorry for that. Man. Oh my God. Is Old Bay really on the upper echelon of spices? Listen, as somebody who can't eat it without having a mild reaction, it's so good that when I bite into something that has it on it, I know this is not going to end well for me, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm here. I'm like, because I know I ain't gonna get hospitalized, so I just be like, my lips just gonna be feeling weird.
And here we go.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad, but I'm here. I'm already here. I done took the first bite, fam. It's too late. It's too late.
Game.
Yeah, Old Bay definitely makes things a little bit better, man. So if you've never had Old Bay, it depends on what type of seasoning you like too, because just, you know, you might say you like certain spices and stuff like that, but not every spice is created equal.
Right.
But Old Bay here, can't be talking bad about Old Bay in this joint. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, I grew up with every race, so it's practically impossible to see any race as any different than the other. I love growing up with so much diversity. Yo, it's definitely a blessing. I know for me, growing up in PG, it was definitely a shock when I moved to other places, because I would see white people and other folks on TV, and sometimes depending on, because I went to certain performing arts schools and magnet schools and stuff like that, I interact with them there. But in my neighborhood, the malls I went and stuff largely did not have a ridiculous amount of interaction. So I was wild disrespectful when I got to New York. In terms of when I would talk to Latino folk, because like, yo, like the most of the Latinos that I interacted with in Maryland and PG specifically before I got there, we just thought they were Mexican. And it wasn't until I moved back that I realized it wasn't a ridiculous amount of Mexicans here at all. Like they were from like Ecuador, they were from Honduras. And
that was the narrative we were given in school.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
They are Mexican.
Yeah, right. And so then when I moved to New York, and I remember meeting my man Lou and my man Jamin and stuff, and they're both Puerto Rican. And I remember assuming one of them was Mexican. And I said that, boy, this Bama was so mad. And I was just like, I'm sorry, I don't see the difference. Right? Yeah. Yo, and it's just like, and I was digging myself in a hole the more I talked. And it's like, I'm going to shut up now because I just didn't know. Because that wasn't the community I grew up around, right? So like that limited view. So, I mean, I definitely have a deeper appreciation for yo, that's why traveling is great too. Traveling, living in other places, staying in places for long periods of time, being around other people, just to kind of just to eliminate some of the ignorances that we have of how others operate and what their experiences are.
Like, and I'll add on to that, you know, there's a song at the school I was teaching at. It's like, nobody's different from you or from me. But the thing is, like, when we're so engulfed and like entrenched in the melting pot, it is easy for us to be like, well, I don't really see a difference between us, you know, because you have this innate sense of camaraderie with all these different kinds of people. But for the other part of the world that doesn't see it from that perspective, it's important to point out the differences because that's what makes us special. Like if every single one of your toys and every single one of the things you own looked at and felt the exact same to you, it'd be like, whatever, I got a whole bunch of this. But it's like, I got a car, I got a Nintendo Switch, I got a microphone. They all special, they all do something very different. So it's good to be able to notice those differences, point out those differences, and respect those differences. You don't need to adopt those differences, but to acknowledge those differences is like the beauty in it all.
Absolutely.
But when you get to a point where it's like, yo, that's just my homie, we just different. We all the same because we all different. That's like
That's what's up, man. This is a great this
is.
one here. The one that came to mind instantly, great question, Warpath. The quote or wide belief, the belief that if you somehow lift yourself up by the bootstraps, you will be fine and you will be successful and you'll be okay. Because I feel like when we talk about like systemic racism, when we talk about other prejudices and other problems that happen in this country and globally in other places, like a lot of times people's like, oh, that's just an excuse or whatever. Just lift yourself up by the bootstraps and you'll be fine and blah, blah, blah. And like, listen, fam, that there's some truth to that. If you work hard, right, like you can accomplish almost anything, right? But there's a way to acknowledge that without basically telling other people that their real life experiences and things that are really happening, right? Like there's a way to address one thing without dismissing another. And that's why I call it BS. It's not that the statement itself is not true. It's just that most people say that and dismiss real like systemic issues
like
that
imagine
exist.
a kid who lives in a hood who's never been exposed to anything but life in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
It's like for him, it doesn't matter how hard he works at his local community store.
Mm-hmm.
If he's never exposed to anything other than that, he just won't have other
Mm-hmm.
things. He'll always live in low income housing. He doesn't know that nice houses and neighborhoods and stuff like that exist. Like literally, like I didn't know that credit was a thing until I was a grown adult
That's
with
real.
bad credit.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
didn't
not
know.
something that that's not something we were
no one
like.
taught
Not
me.
everybody. Yeah,
Like,
no
so
one taught.
Yo,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Two quotes I'll point out. One is super new. When people talk about NFTs and they're like, if you're in NFTs for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Like, that's BS because no one sits around and talks about how gorgeous these NFTs are for the most part. Whenever I see news about NFTs, it's always like, this NFT sold for this much, or Madonna enters the NFT space, you know?
Yeah.
Not saying it can't be about the art, but like, people are saying that because they don't want other people to get in to mess up the money that other people are making.
I think a lot of people are into it because of the cultural experience around NFTs. Like there's a real community community around it.
Sure.
So a lot of folks, I think a lot of the folks that have, because shout out to my man Kane Mayfield, definitely one of the cats like who's giving me so many gems on that space and how to move through it. And shout out to all the homies. Like you know, for like Web3 and like in NFT communities and stuff, because a lot of what I hear, like I hear that too, and so
But they don't do it for free.
Yeah, like yeah,
Don't give you're not giving away NFTs for free.
Or
And if you were,
they ultimately are there, like they came there because of their interest in how they can monetize.
Correct.
They stayed because of the community,
it's
because
dope.
most of them aren't instantly monetizing
Correct.
anything.
Correct.
And the thing is, a lot of them, you know, aren't like, a lot of them don't cash out. So when the value of NFTs like recently plunged, right? Like when crypto had plunged and stuff like that, a lot of those folks, were panicking because like, yo, a lot of the value that they accrued or whatever was now plummeting. And so had some of them actually sold some of the things that, you know what I mean? Or not even sold, but like cashed out in terms of their crypto is concerned. They would have had more money than now what that stuff is currently worth. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. I watch it because the way someone explained it to me, which was really, really powerful, and I didn't really see it through that lens, is he was talking about like the early days of hip hop and the internet, and in my role, Q and 5's role, Pack FM, Tone Deaf, all of the homies, Cunning Linguists, how involved we were with the early movements in hip hop. Shout out to OK Players, shout out to the Duck Down chat room and stuff, 88 Hip Hop and stuff. All of these different things from back in the day that were essential. And there's so many others. I know I'm not listing a lot of folks, but they were very essential in helping to develop what the internet has now become in terms of how to market hip hop.
Right.
And what my man compared it to, which was powerful, he was like, yo, what's happening with Web3 is very similar to what you brothers were involved in the very beginning. So he was like, yo, so that's why he said to me, he was like, that's why I push for people like you to be a part of this thing, because you were a part of the thing that helped to get us here ultimately.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, I didn't look at it like that from before, but I was like, it's people like him and other folks that when they say that whole, it's not, don't do it for the money, blah, 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 it's community. Because when you know how many hours these dudes put in, I'm like, yeah, fam. Yeah, I'm like, the only thing I give that much time to is rap music. You know what I'm saying? And then, and you one will, right? Like, in anime. In gaming.
Yep.
You know?
But if I could monetize those things, by God, I would.
I would,
you know?
yeah.
So that I could do more, like when we, and just to expound on it, it's like, don't let money control what you create.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean money shouldn't be a motivator, because sometimes you could be like the laziest person in the world with like a great plan that could change the world, but you're just not motivated. But it's like, oh yeah, by the way, your rent's due, and you're like, all right, let me make this engine that runs on water. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, by all means, money can be the motivator, but like to tell people like to not. Anyways,
yeah,
I think we're all on the same page. Yeah.
So we're one word answering the rest, or one sentence thing, because we both can go. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna blaze through these last joints so we can get out of here.
Okay.
All right. So what days y'all be having gaming sessions? I'm trying to be online game. I'm going, but Hav be holding me hostage when we get in. So
we gotta pick a
get
day.
it in.
We gotta pick a day. Sub and I were one wheeling on Wednesdays, but we can work something out.
Yeah,
Keep
for
it
sure.
short,
Yeah, sound like a plan. All right. Have any of you done some voice acting work? Would you be open to it? Yeah, I'd definitely be open to it. A lot of people have tried to encourage me to like maybe I should consider it. It ain't something that I'm actively looking for. I'm more interested in making music for anime and games and stuff like that, continuing to do that. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I want to do voice acting work. It's a hard industry to get into.
Absolutely.
I've been talking to that guy Gabe.
Yeah.
But it's just tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. Lots of gatekeep. Understandably, because you don't want the community or the system to get watered down and become garbage. But yes, if you got opportunities, holla.
Yeah.
Like, that's beautiful.
Should look into Steve Bloom's. He has like classes that he offers.
Okay, I'll check it out.
The great one.
Okay.
You know? All right. Let's see. Has anything in your lyrics you wrote / said have eerily come true in your life? I've been into mysteries and crazy coincidences lately. It's funny. A lot of what I talk about in my stuff in my lyrics is based on things that have actually happened. So so a lot of times it's not like
Foreshadowing.
yeah, but there are some things. But I'd have to kind of go back and really listen to it. Somebody had pointed out something I said recently. It was like, yo, like you predicted this whole, and I was like,
wow.
hey, I wouldn't even think about this in particular.
Substradamus.
But yeah, yeah. How about you?
No, I think most of the songs that I write are about what's happening right here, right now.
Right.
Or something that's happened in the past. I try to use my songs, and it's like none of my songs are really fun and playful like I am, because I understand that in that moment when I have your attention, my goal is to impart you with something that I learned through my failures and my struggles. So I don't know, but I mean, I'm actively working to make the things that I talk about bigger and better. So
Gotcha.
that really answers that.
What are your it says since both of you consume so much media, what are your favorite characters in general, and then what are some of your favorite character designs of all time? I would say favorite characters in general. Oh man, it's funny. I hate sometimes. No, I'm gonna say what first came to mind. It's just not my only favorite characters, but the first two characters that came to mind was Walter White from Breaking Bad, and then what's his name, T'Challa in Black Panther. Now, I mean, of course, there's so many. I'm just trying to be quick about it right now. But the reason why those two came to mind is because I was an educator, watching the story, like watching, Mr. White go from, a mild-mannered teacher to realizing that his life was being upended by a disease and that he needed to do something to get his family straight and becoming a drug kingpin, right? Like that transformation is probably one of the best, is one of the best things I've seen in TV because I know educators, right? And so, and I know that like y'all have worked with educators that literally went to the college and have degrees and all of that, and then they teach but still work part-time jobs, fam, because they don't make enough money. And so I could see something like that being like real, like it doesn't seem completely far-fetched, especially because he was a chemistry teacher at that too. So he knew how to understand, and he wasn't just a chemistry teacher. This dude was a part of these folks who had made a bigger company, you know what I mean? And so, but then ultimately that didn't work out, and there's a whole lot to that story. But anyway, Breaking Bad, obviously. And then T'Challa, man, Black of all trades, Black Panther. In terms of character design, I mean, I love his story, like I love his arc, all of these different things. But I also, like in terms of character design, like when they took it into the movie, how his costume was designed, all of that, man, like how they built out Wakanda, and dude, like they did a flawless job in terms of like transitioning that from the page.
For part 2?
What? Yeah. Oh my God. Because I'm not one of the fam. Like even with people like, I know folks want to recast T'Challa, this, that, and the third. This is where I'm at, man. I think it's okay to trust the people who, number one, actually lost their friend, right? Like, I'm not telling the people who actually lost their coworker, their friend, how to go forward in terms of honoring him. Right. That's disrespectful, at least to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you hitting me up telling me how to honor PH or how to honor, like, Nujabes, how to honor any of my homies I lost. I'm gonna need you to have all the seats and drink a tall glass and shut the fuck up. Like, I don't want to hear that from you because you didn't know them. You know what I mean? So,
to know how they would want to be honored.
Yeah, like, fam, you don't think they knew them personally, and then people like, oh, he would want the character to go on. Like, fam, he knew he was sick and chose not to tell the people, most of the people who he worked directly with, that he was sick, so they could figure out a plan on how to carry it on. That was his choice, right? Why you talking about, you know what he wanted to do? That we knew that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. But those are mine. Go ahead.
First, I guess I'll jump obviously to the anime world. Luffy, I like him. He's a simple character who works to overcome his challenges. He's especially driven by protecting his nakama, his people, and that is what inspires me. I have not dedicated almost 20 years of my life to doing positive things because it's so financially beneficial to me. The work that I do is beneficial more to the people who I do the work for than it is for me. But I feel like it's something that needs to be done. Luffy doesn't always win. He gets his ass beat quite often, actually. And Luffy is stupid. And I think that is like relevant to us because lots of us make dumb mistakes in life because we lack the information, but we work, so he works, he struggles to overcome. And then I guess another character I really like is the main character from Fight Club and how he was fighting himself and just the rules around it. There's lots of movies that we can like everything all at the same time, all at once. Like there's different characters that, like the husband that, there's just so many characters. I don't want to take too long going into it, but
that's a show in itself.
Yeah,
you know
man.
I mean?
Oh my gosh, man, that's interesting.
CM's question: would you ever do another weekly event like the open mic you did on Wednesdays back in the day?
Right.
Hey, man, good times, man. Short answer: no. Definitely would not. You know what I mean? And it's not because I didn't enjoy it when we were doing it. It's just because there's a lot of man time, like man hours, or like just people putting in time to that, along with the actual cost. Because when I would do these events, people
that's
would,
the key. Because if it paid the rent, you can make time to do it, but it doesn't. Open mic's not.
Yeah, like whenever the event wasn't successful, every time barely anyone showed up, I had to pay people out my pocket. So that like if I promised to pay whoever the featured performer was, and then we didn't have enough people show up, then I had to pay them out of pocket. Tough. So it's like, I
didn't even know that.
Yeah, for sure. So like it was always a struggle.
Man.
Hey, well, nah, but like as an artist who feels like artists deserve to be paid for what they do, right? Like
for sure.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna make sure you get paid even if like things don't go well, right? Like so, because like certain people need a guarantee that they're coming out because they are gonna show up. They help promote. They showed up. They performed. They worked, and then because nobody showed up and we didn't make a lot of money, I'm like, I know you did the work, but I ain't got no money.
Right?
Like, nah, fam, I did the work. And the wild thing is, we pay what do they call? We pay PR folks, other people who cannot even guarantee that you're going to get anything in terms of like all they guarantee is that they're going to do the initial work and send out the emails, make contact with people, blah blah blah. But they can't guarantee that you'll get a placement. But you still literally have to sometimes, most of the time, pay in advance, hundreds, thousands of dollars. Most of the time, it's thousands.
Just like making an album.
Yeah, absolutely. A whole lot. It's an investment.
And you hope that people will consume and contribute because they can pirate your music.
Absolutely.
It's like, so that's deep.
So no. The only weekly stuff I'll be doing is online. And if you see me doing something weekly in person, know that there's steady income coming to related to that.
As it should be.
Yeah, because,
otherwise it's not sustainable.
Yeah, I'm a father, fam. I got responsibilities, people to take care of. Has anything in your lyrics, bro, ever... I think you asked the same question because we probably didn't see it the first time.
Sorry,
all good. Appreciate your patience, fam. All right. I totally get being mad about that. I'm Puerto Rican and Salvadorian, and I can't stand when people. Yeah, man. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm just getting to this.
We
but
were
yeah.
ignorant. People were ignorant. We
Understand?
didn't know any better.
This wasn't grown ass Stan. This was me. I was still a teenager.
Right,
you see what I'm saying? So like, still learning the world. You know. But I'm okay with admitting that I wasn't perfect.
There you go.
You know what I mean? All right, and it's even worse when people are like, "Oh, you speak Mexican." Trash, fam.
Wow.
Trash, fam. Or when people call you Spanish. I'm sure that irritates you too.
Yeah.
I gotta check my sister on that all the time. My big sis, you know.
See that one video online that was going viral for a while? It was talking about the difference between Spanish, Latin, and there's another term. But basically, they were like, yeah, they're all very different, you know. But we have been taught. Because it's America, we generalize things. You know, it's like, oh, you're all Oriental. It's like the type of word that they throw around. It's like, yo, I learned me as well. It's like, no, don't do that.
Nah. Yeah.
But yeah, so you live and you learn.
Yeah, man. This right here. It's like I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. I ain't never got, do you speak Mexican? And he laughed. He's like, I got people assuming I was black with good hair. Trash, fam. Yeah, it's crazy. You got Indian in your family.
You clearly, because your hair's... Yeah.
Right, because your hair... Right. Black with good hair. Well, damn, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
What was that? Chappelle, he had Black Party, or somebody said had something about hair.
Oh, no, you talking about... that was Chris Rock. He had the joint. Yeah, he had the joint about that. Wolfhead, my God, I always think of the exchange between Cher and her maid Lucy on the movie Clueless. Lucy, you know I don't speak Mexican. Yeah, bruh, super uncomfortable. You know, I think one reason I've heard that is because I've spent a decent amount of time living in smaller towns where they're totally ignorant to and I think, you know, there's a difference between someone being racist, prejudiced, versus someone just being ignorant. You know what I mean? Like, if they are not exposed to certain things, right? Like, they don't know. You know, and sometimes, you know, the core, and it's funny because that's the only part of it, because the root word of ignorant is ignore, because sometimes people choose not to know.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Part of cognitive.
Right. So then that would make them ignorant and racist. You know what I'm saying? But if they just don't know, then they don't know. And you know, so...
Sometimes I can't even hold it against some racist people, because like literally at certain ages, like when you meet kids in high school, it's like you were raised that way. You haven't really come to a place where it's like maybe mentally you're separated from your flock long enough to make a decision for yourself about how you want to view people in the world. Yeah. But we gotta go, man. So I saw the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So look. We'll put this. I had to put it in the chat, and I did not want to tell y'all stop asking all these damn questions, because that's why you're here, and we appreciate it, fam. This has been awesome. Per usual, man. Had a great time with y'all. Super happy to have my brother here, man.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Of course. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, I saw that one person said they subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. If you haven't done that already, you can do so by hitting the link at the top of this video, right there in the name of the video, man. Definitely give Javier a subscription, man, on YouTube, and check out the link that's right here, the Linktree/OneWillWing. That's his. All of the links, son. Be sure to check him out.
Said Gohan just got a major boost though in the new movie. Right. But yeah. Anyways,
man. Yeah. Hey, man. But thank y'all so much, man. Definitely. Hey sis, I'm looking forward to seeing you. I will see you at SketchPads, and hopefully we see y'all also at the Green Flight Festival. It's gonna be a lot of great things happening this week. Last quick sidebar: if you notice anything wonky or crazy with my music on streaming platforms, it's because I am moving distributors. I have multiple distribution deals, and the bulk of my music is with one distributor called AWOL, and I'm currently leaving them to go with another company called Identity Music. So it's literally hundreds of songs that got to get moved, and so that it might be a little janky over the next couple days. All right, so just giving y'all a heads up on that. Thank y'all so much for watching. Last thing, per usual, because I didn't say it earlier, I just put it up on the screen. But for those of you who are tuning in, remember that super chats on my channel right now are off because I'm still working out that situation. But you can donate to the channel via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Never necessary, but always appreciated. Thank y'all so much for watching, man. I'll see you soon. Talk to you sooner. Peace, y'all. Y'all be good.